need that type of energy from me. And my podcast is so much more than just a podcast. Like I tell people all the time, like the podcast is not what moves me. It's that I have a brand. The symbol of my brand moves me. Look, I'm an anchor. My brand is a symbol that is causing you to move to where you want to go in life. Look, I'm trying to move people before I have to move them. That sounds crazy. What's good, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to Midas Drop. We are Midas Print. Look, we have a lot of new things that are coming into place. 2024 is the year that Midas Drop is going to just go berserk. I think it's time. Now, if you following me on Instagram, they call me Midas Print. You'll know what I'm talking about. Y'all got to tune in. Y'all missing out. Like I'm literally showing out for the rest of the year. But today we had a bit of a hiccup. My guest had to reschedule, you know what I'm saying? And it's all good. I'm doing a little impromptu. Now, I just want to give y'all a little sneak peek since, I'm already got season 1 out the way, season finale, which was a great season, by the way. Really put us in stride for season 2. Now, I want to go ahead and jump ahead to season 3 because y'all won't see me do an individual. This is gonna be my, second one, my first, and then my second one that I'm gonna do within season 2. But for season 3 through 6, it's gonna be grab your popcorn, baby. Grab your popcorn, grab your journal, and have a blue pen. I'm telling you, because we're launching. We're gonna be successful. We got to hit the target. The target is high. So my biggest thing is to keep showing up. I know there's people out there that really need that type of energy from me. And my podcast is so much more than just a podcast. Like I tell people all the time, like the podcast is not what moves me. It's that I have a brand. The symbol of my brand moves me. Look, I'm an anchor. My brand is a symbol that is causing you to move to where you want to go in life. Look, I'm trying to move people before I have to move them. That sounds crazy. It sounds silly, but let it settle into your mind and just think about it. Just think about it. That's literally what people build brands for. I'm just constantly thinking of new ways. But this is one thing I want to put out there is my system. I'm bringing my system to life. Like I said, you follow me on Instagram, call me Midas Print, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I love ideas. I've written many ideas, and some of them just weren't successes, or I just didn't like them enough to bring them to life. Like Midas Print was an obsession. It was an experiment, right? It was an experiment, but it became an obsession. Why did it become an obsession? Because I wrote about Midas Print in a journal for a whole year, trying to figure out this whole idea of Midas Print. What does it mean? Where did I get it from? Why am I being triggered by a symbol? Because we all have 3 things in common: time, effort, and energy. We all have it. None of us have a shortage in it. We all have a thumbprint. Like, it was so simple. But look, are you tapping in? Are you tapping in, or are you just gonna miss out? Look, the fear should be missing. The fear of missing out is cool, but there also is a fear of you never getting the opportunity to tap in. Like, you're just gonna be distracted. Now, the main thing has to be the main thing, and the main thing is that you are missing out on Midas Print. See, we are pushing this idea that everybody is a creator, because the way the world is turning, the way the world is going, we have to create our ideal lifestyle. We can't sit around having society decide for us. We have always been the decision maker. Everything that we have been able to change has been right in front of us, right up under your nose, literally. You have two hands, you have the mindset. Let that sink in. You have the mind for it. It's just, are we really like sitting down, taking the time, putting in the effort, and exhausting the energy towards that lifestyle? It's always there. You know, I got Midas Print from King Midas, quite simply. And it's funny that not too many people know King Midas. It's really just a folklore or like a mythology type thing. Like, I don't know if the guy really existed, but let's be honest, it's truly talking about alchemy. And that's where I got it from. That was the most amazing thing about being a substitute teacher. And what's amazing about being a teacher now is that I get ideas constantly. I just want to let y'all know, like, I'm about to join the robotics club. I'm a coach for robotics, so go ahead and hit that like button for that. That is that's gonna be amazing. Like, I'm already always on 10. Just wait and see for that. I'm definitely gonna be on 10. But yeah, the main thing for me and what I'm working on is the brand. Season 3 through season 6 is literally going to be, you're going to be watching me build the brand. I'm going to be documenting through my podcast on me building the brand. Like, I might not even be sitting down no more. Like, this chair thing that I got going on, I love it. But eventually I'm going to be standing. I'm just going to be explaining you the system of Midas Print. Like, it's a brand, I know, but behind the background, the back office where the magic really goes on is the system. And the system goes like this. First, we have ideas, which is the light bulb, right? We have the ideas. We want to bring the ideas to life. Next, we have the flow chart where we categorize these ideas, and then we see how we can execute on them, and we can see how we can be very creative on executing them. So we want to minimize the spending of money. Just imagine you starting off and you don't have money, but you have time, effort, and energy, which we all have. Like I mentioned plenty of times, I'm going to let it sink in. I'm going to say it so many times until it sinks in. But here's the thing. You want to do things with little to no money, which requires your utmost creativity, your birthright, and execution is done by anybody who just does exactly what they want to do. They make it their own and they make it happen. So this is the thing. The flow chart. You're going to categorize your ideas. You're going to come up with ways to execute them using your creativity. That is the T. That is the T, time, effort, energy. You're going to use that. The next, once you get into flow of that, you go into the plays. Plays. Which calls back to networking. I'm an advocate for networking. Now, in order to make those plays, you need to know people that will actually help you make those plays. I have a few circles that I can name on top of my head that I'm into. So I have an interest. So at first, they were kind of like interests. Like I'm interested. I was interested in real estate. I was interested in tech. I was interested in writing. And I was interested in fitness and martial arts, right? That's 4 circles. Now, we might not be successful in all of them, like super successful, like mega, like successful, like, you got to pick one or whatever, but I want to pick multiple, but there's at least going to be one that you're just like, you just launch, you go up and above and beyond in it. And for me, it was kind of like I gotta figure out plays. So networking is the first thing. You gotta be an advocate for networking. And your plays are the circles that you are in. Now, which requires a lot of work. People don't understand like real hard work requires you to show up at those places where the money is. Look, go to where the money is, not where you have to work for the money. There's a difference. Like you don't have to clock in to make the money, right? You don't have to clock in. You actually love what you're doing. You're networking with people. So I picked those circles that I really want to make those plays in. I'm gonna say it again: real estate, tech, martial arts and fitness, and then we have what was the other one? Writing. Writing. Okay. Now, when you're making these plays, you have to look at yourself as already being a business. And the three things that you need for your business to actually, I guess be in that survival mode for like a whole 1 to 5 years is focus on branding, marketing, and sales. And let's say you don't have the money to even start your business yet. Look, branding, marketing, and sales. Say it again. Three things: branding, marketing, and sales. Those three things is all that you need to start off, right? And that requires time, effort, energy, execution, and creativity. The biggest thing to sum it all up, to be universal, is just showing up. Showing up and eventually have something to offer. Have something to offer. Now, this is where your money comes. Now you got your plays, and you let's say you take my advice, which this is what works for me, right? And I'm hoping it works for you. That's why I mentioned it. Is you focus on branding, marketing, and sales. Look, branding is kind of like you just showing up as yourself every time. Then when you're marketing, you kind of telling people what you want to do, what you really want to do while you're in the circles, right? Like for me, I would say for tech, I'd be like, I'm into gaming and developing games and using AI, that sort of thing, right? Then the next is sales, is selling people on your ideas, selling people on the idea of where you want to go. And people really want to help you. That's what you want. You want people to help you. And it might not be a lot of people. You might have like one person that'll be in your circle, or two people, or three or four. You're creating that visual environment. And you have to come to it to actually have it happen for you. Which I always say showing up. Like you want to show up. You want to show up. You want to show up. The only way you can actually do the work is showing up. So why not take that into consideration? Showing up. And the next is the money. The money comes because of the plays. That's literally how it goes. Like if anybody played GTA, let me use GTA. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the heist. It's crazy. Like the way I'm seeing my whole system is how the heist is set up. Like they have the idea, oh, I want to rob a bank, right? I mean, worst case scenario, nobody goes out and uses Midas Print system to rob the bank to get gold. Let's not do it. But I'm just trying to give y'all a good analogy. Is they have the idea, right? And now they categorize the idea on a whiteboard with the flow chart, basically categorizing everything on how they want this idea to be executed. Then they have the plays. They got to get a vehicle. They got to get guns. They got to get getaway cars. They got to get the right people for it, basically paying their cut. And next is the money. And we don't know how much time, effort, and energy is going to be put into that. But if you play GTA 5, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's kind of like gruesome, like how difficult it can be to actually execute on that game. Because you might not make it out. You know what I'm saying? You might fail. And that's how business is. That's how I look at this whole networking thing. It's kind of like the system. I look at the system the same way. And Now we get into the money. So my idea is for Midas Print, since we're getting into the meat of things, and we're really setting this thing ablaze for sure. Um, I'm working on a project. It's my ebook. It's to bring brand awareness to my brand, give y'all the system, and let you know what I'm going to do next. I might not tell you exactly how it's going to go for me, but I'm giving you an idea of what it's going to go for me, and you can categorize it yourself. You can you can imagine a play of what I'm about to do, and then probably make money from it. Who knows? I mean, it's all up to you on how this actually helps you, and that's what I'm hoping it does. Um, I'm gonna do the ebook. Is gonna set in possibly March or April. I want to say April because we're coming up with the website. Yes, we are coming with the website. And the next thing is all summer. I'm telling you, I want to set this thing ablaze. We're gonna be doing public speaking all summer. Well, matter of fact, the next 3 to 4 years, I would say, but who knows? But I'm gonna just say all summer to winter, I'm gonna be just laser beam focused on building the brand. I mean, of course, I do want money. Of course, it's just that's not what I truly do it for. My brand really is like a symbol of like lifestyle redesign. It's really a symbol for creating that life you truly desire, and also um living out your fullest potential and understanding that everything the next man has that you really want in your life, and that you feel like because they're him, I'm him type of thing for them, you're the same way. Just like when I come on here, I feel like I'm him. Like this is my throne. I'm the anchor. Like I run the show. I mean, that's how it should feel when you're staring in the mirror with yourself, when you actually giving yourself those self talks. You know what I'm saying? And really taking the time away from social media. Like for me, I don't really be on social media. My brand is on social media. You may see me on social media, but I'm just letting you know that I'm seizing the day. Whatever I'm doing off of social media means that I'm working on whatever I'm working on, right? I'm constantly thinking about better ways on getting my message out there and constantly, getting people aware of my brand, because for me, this is serious business. The moment I even began to write about it and I went a whole year just writing about it, this is when I knew. This is when I knew that this was going to be the thing that I was going to bring to life. And I'm constantly doing it. Like there's a nonstop action. Look, I sleep, eat, and breathe. Midas Print. I do. Because anything that I'm obsessed with, that's how I roll. Like I don't give anything any time. I have a weakness. I guess it's a weakness. I'm impatient, but I'm also aggressively patient. So it's kind of like there's things that I pick and choose to get it done. Um, because that's just what I'm into right now. Is just getting it done. So now that we got that rent out the way, yeah, I'm like settling myself in. It's kind of like a couple of questions that I have coming up for myself is I really have an ultimate goal to write a lot of books, a lot of them, like a massive, 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 massive. Like, it, it's almost crazy to think about. Like when you think of billions of dollars, that's a lot, but a billion books is ridiculous. That's what I'm thinking about. So I'm about to look it up. I'm not trying to like sound like I'm better than anybody, but this is what I'm thinking. Like, I believe that in order to be super magical or successful, the goal has to be unbelievably big and so like and able to give astonishment when somebody hears it for you to actually achieve it. Because this is my story behind what I was doing with Airbnb. Before I started Airbnb or before I started Turo, I was a pest control technician. Yeah, it was like over summer. It was a shitty job. And it's not to knock anybody who has a job like that. I talked to like a lot of people who enjoyed that, but I didn't enjoy it. It was just I wrote a goal. So I had a whiteboard. I bought a whiteboard, right? And I still got the whiteboard to this day. And I'm gonna bring it in here. And like when I said I'm not gonna be sitting in this chair when I'm going through season 3 to season 6, I'm not. I'm gonna be going crazy. I'm gonna go berserk. Look, I'm very scrupulous on how I want this to go, and I'm gonna make sure it goes that way. So where I was at, I was writing on my whiteboard what I really wanted to achieve. I set my target. I said, oh, I'm going to be doing Turo. I'm going to do Airbnb. I'm going to be trading Forex, right? Or trading crypto, whatever I was doing. Because I was trading crypto and trading stock options back in 2020, right? I wasn't no expert, but I bought a course for like $100. It made me like $3,000 to $4,000. And so this was my goal. I said, yo, I'm going to hit 100,000. This is my target. I'm gonna hit 100,000, and that was it. That was my target. Now, when I ran the numbers by the end of 2022, just guess. Just guess what my actual earning was. I fell short of my goal. I didn't hit 100K. I hit 53,000. The exact number. It was like 53 to 54,000, give or take. But that's how much I actually made, was 54,000. And when I think about that, when I'm contemplating, when I'm just contemplating and thinking about like my ultimate goals on what I really want to do, I like really, really, really set the bar high because I don't know the amount of time, effort, and energy that's going to actually be put in to bring this lofty goal to fruition. I don't know. I know why, which is fine, but I just don't know. I don't know what's up ahead. I don't know exactly how it's going to go for me. And that's exactly how it went. Like I got burned. I burnt out. The only reason I actually fell short of my target because I was working 80 hours, but I wasn't working the 80 hours that I actually knew of, right? It just didn't click with me. But I had to go through that chaos. To actually become in the knowing, right? To actually know what I can do now, I had to go through that chaos. I had to actually go through the flame and come out on the other side golden. Golden boy. The real alchemy right there is going through the chaos, going through the fire as iron and coming out gold, you know? If we want to think about that way, you know. And now I'm just knowing exactly what I need to do. Like, here's the thing. I was thinking about it being pretty. I wasn't thinking about speed, authenticity, execution. I was thinking about, oh, I want my Airbnb to be comfy. Instead, I should have been thinking, no, I don't want it to be comfy. I don't want them to stay long. I want them to just have a good time and do what they need to do. Hey, Time is money. Stay 3 days. Give me my money so I can build my I can build my empire, right? And I had the goals, I had the ideas of it. I just did not execute. I didn't have a flow of things. I only had like a few things and I stopped there. But I realized, had I networked, well, now that I'm networking, I realize this thing is that you don't know everything, but there's somebody that actually knows and can get you the information. But there's something you have to do besides giving a conversation. You need to give something else. You need to have an offering. You have to have an offering because, like I said, we all have 3 things in common: time, effort, and energy. What do you think? What you think they're about to do for you? What it's going to take for them to actually do it? See, that's the best way to communicate is to offer something. When somebody's about to say they can do this for you, you need to have another offer on the table. It's not to be petty. It's none of that. It's just to show that you truly always have something. You need to always have something to offer, but it's like you truly want the best for yourself, and anybody that helps you, you want the best for them. That's how it has to work. Like that's just how it has to work, and that's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it that way. Like, for instance, I pay to do this podcast. Now I be saying this all the time, but like, yo, I pay my barber to, get me fresh. Like, oh man, bro got me fresh. But look, this is the thing. I was like, I paid money, but it don't feel right for me. It don't feel like enough. I want to do more than enough. So this is the thing. I said, why not? Why not offer him to come on the podcast or like bring him on the podcast? Let him know you got a podcast. Like, I have something to offer. I didn't want to go to a networking event and only tell them, oh yeah, I'm just a teacher. No, I have something to offer. I have a podcast. I have a brand. I'm building something. Yeah. Show me the money. Like, it's just like, I'm like, yo, these ideas just come flowing. Like, the more I'm around people, the harder that I work, the luckier I get. Like, that's how I'm seeing it. And I don't feel the urge to stop. In fact, I feel the urge to keep going. In fact, I feel the energy to do more. Like, I don't know if somebody wants to be around me that's average at this point, because the way I'm feeling, I don't even want to be doing average things. My barber's not even average. He's not an average barber. Like, when I get in the chair, man, I'm already like, yo, I'm about to kill it. Like, before I came, I was like, I'm about to kill. My barber just hyped me up, man. I'm ready to kill. 2-minute warning, baby. It's crunch time. All right, so look, I understand that I am building a brand, but this is the thing. I want y'all to be supportive, and I want y'all to come on the journey. Look, the journey ratio has not stopped. The journey ratio wasn't just a season. It wasn't just season 1. Look, this is my life. Like I said, this is my journey, and I'm documenting, and you seeing me have wins. Look, my wins don't pay me. Not right now. But look, the journey is more important than the money. It's the process. And the more you respect it, the more you get out of it. And this is why I'm saying I am winning. It don't matter what anybody thinks. If they think about money, I think about winning. That's all I really care about. I'll do whatever it takes to win. And I feel like I have, and I still am. And I'm telling you guys, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Look, I want to get to 50 subscribers so I can go live and show y'all how much I write. Not just my book, you know what I'm saying? But because I really have to focus for that. But just writing in general and show you my ultimate goal, which is to write multiple books, freaking plethora of books. But this is the thing. I want to go live. I want to show y'all like, yo, I'm writing 3 pages every day. And this is the thought process that I get from it. It's almost philosophical. But hey, gotta stay tuned. Tap in. Be here for the guy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's make sure I get 50 subscribers. I'm not even, that's not my goal. That's not my ultimate target. It's more like 9 billion. But hey, y'all be good. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and give me the 9 billion. that ain't no real number, but look, just get me to, let's start small. Let's have baby steps. Get me to 50 so I can go live, show y'all I'm writing. I'm killing it. I'm going to write. I might even go live before I do the podcast and be writing and showing y'all, but who knows? But look, you won't know if you don't subscribe. Peace.